Memories, these beautiful memories.
I couldn't hold it anymore.
I know.
It's alright. And I'll go by the subscribe or else.
Subscribe, guys.
Most of everything. I've realized that minimalism can be achieved more on a motorcycle than any other vehicle.
Yeah.
And you would make the most of what you have, of that little thing you would naturally think is nothing. On the motorcycle, like, you can do anything. You can move mountains. Your creativity is top notch. You get even just creativity dressing, just having two clothes and making people think like you have it all.
Yeah.
You get like
Biking has actually embraced my personality and who I am. So we kind of like gelled.
Hi, beautiful humans. Welcome into Backpacking Barbara. And today I'm here with
Goebaide.
Goebaide is from Nigeria, and
Havana.
Havana is from Nairobi, Kenya. Okay, so both of them are here with me at the Backpackers. Just share the experience on the road and their next destinations, like I just explained. So please let them introduce themselves by names, where they come from, and just sharing a few tips and ideas backpacking solo on a motorbike. Okay, and later on I'll show you their bikes later on. So hi guys, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here I'm with.
Okay, my name is Havana and I am from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm riding a Yamaha motorbike, so I'm traveling solo right now from Kenya and I'm currently in Zambia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Goebaide.
My name is Goebaide. I am Nigerian. I'm riding a PowerTech N250. I am currently on a solo trip from Kenya to Nigeria, and I am in Lusaka, Zambia right now.
Oh yeah. So nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
We're just
Likewise.
catching up, and I just wanted to know, like, what really inspired you, like, to decide to travel by a bike. Okay, maybe I'll start with you.
Okay, well, there's always so much freedom just being on two wheels. There's excitement, it's scary as well, but it's something I've always wanted to do. With my character and who I am, I believe, like, I'm not a car person for sure. I don't even own a car. But yeah, motorbike for me gives me the thrill and just the freedom of just being in my own space and being on the roads and experiencing everything. On two wheels is so much different than just being in a car or any other mode of transport.
Sure.
So for me, it's more fun and it's challenging as well. And I love a challenge and adventure in life.
I'll just put this here. All right. And you were Biden?
Okay, my inspiration stems from the desire to live faster and more interestingly. It's being on a motorcycle. It's thrilling, and it doesn't matter how much you explain it. People truly don't understand. Like, it's the thrill that makes it so adventurous, and that's what brings out the feeling we feel. It's also therapeutic. It
Absolutely.
heals some parts of your mind, and it adds to your character. It develops it significantly. It adds to your patience, and it's a cheap in quotes way of traveling. Like, if you have your gear, for instance, which is extremely expensive on the bike,
Probably more than.
So it is easier to use, and you readily find a bike fixer in the remotest of places. So that's why I say it's better, it's cheaper, and if you know what you are doing, if your skills are developed enough and you are a solo person, if you enjoy your own solitude, it's just the best vehicle to travel with, especially when you're traveling alone.
So meaning, like, if you're solo biking, I should call it, it's very important for you to kind of have the skills of repairing, doing maintenance.
Not necessarily. It's important to have the parts you would readily need, like the clutch cable, for instance. When that one goes bad, there is nowhere you can fix. Okay, like a tire tube, for instance. When you have a flat tire, but like, okay, you can know how to fix the chain, for instance, to clean the chain. That's like basic knowledge. Like maybe changing oil, for instance. But like removing the tire and putting it back is not something I readily do, because then I'll have to lift it by myself, all those things. So I'd need someone. But unlike a car, that if a bad mechanic fixes it and then it packs up, even a bicycle repairer would have some knowledge about motorcycle, and then even if it means fixing it for that time and then going to a better place to fix it, you know that your motorcycle is not damaged because someone who doesn't know how to fix it touched it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, something like that.
And also just help also to have like a bit of like knowledge on like, you know, just a basic bike service, like what Goebaide has said, you know, like prior to my trip we had a bike service workshop for like women bikers in Kenya, and we like had a wonderful like half-day session training on just how to do the basics basically, you know, so that you don't find yourself stranded in the middle of nowhere. Like on my trip basically from where was this, from Tanzania going into Malawi, I lost my brake lever. It literally just fell off, you know, and it's not a part that I'm just walking around with. For example, so I'd find like a local mechanic to be able to help me out, but at least I understood like what needed to be done so they don't like damage my bike. Just thinking that I'm a woman, I don't know like what's supposed to go here, you know, trying to rip me off and stuff like that. So that was pretty interesting. I managed to maneuver that, but you learn so much being on the road. So and just maybe basic first aid, just in case anything happens, you can like treat yourself first before you get like assistance or anything.
That's awesome. So I want to ask, like, what was the inspiration? Like, you know, it's not like usually expected of a woman, I should say, in Africa. So like, what was like the inspiration of like getting on a bike? Like, let me do this. I just want to leave Lagos. I want to leave Nairobi and go on the dirt roads and just explore the world by myself. You would have tagged a friend, or or like would have chosen to just take a flight, you know. But then you decide that I want to take this adventure on a bike. You know what I mean? So like, at the back of your head, like, what is the push? What is inspiring you every day to wake up to keep doing this? Because I know it takes a lot of energy to be on the roads, you know, racing with the traffic and the people waving at you, stuff like that. So what really pushes you all like to do this?
Well, for me, I can say I've been riding for, I wouldn't say like such a while, but I did my training in 2020 properly in Kenya, and then I started riding properly from 2021. And then I used to live in Rwanda by myself, and it's biker's paradise, so I decided to start riding my bike in Rwanda. And I used to do like a lot of solo riding. It's just a way to just boost my confidence, and I couldn't rely on like, you know, bikers from Kigali to always meet me halfway, so I had to basically just be riding on my own. And I actually really enjoyed that quite a lot, you know, making my own route plans and just, you know, like deciding where I'm going to stop, you know, where I'm going to visit and stuff like that. So for this particular ride, I was actually escorting a friend from Kenya to Arusha, Tanzania, and I was literally escaping the floods as well in Kenya. So I just decided, like, let me just continue going down south. I don't know how far south I'm going to get, but let me see where the adventure will take me. And my dad being like my biggest supporter, telling me, like, pushing me on and cheering me on is pretty awesome. So it also helps to have a supportive family, or at least like people you can count on, and, you know, somebody just in case anything happens will be there to, like, at least they know where you are. You're not going to be stranded in the middle of nowhere. But and there's so much freedom as well, and I have time time in terms of I'm not on holiday, I am working. So it's also good to, like, the kind of work we have, like I can work remotely from anywhere, so that's not limiting me to, you know, to go and explore. And if I'm still able to, why not?
I know, right?
Absolutely. And I've got some crazy questions along the road, like, are you married? Like, why are you riding? Like, you know, like, you should be at home, or like, are you the one actually riding this motorcycle? I'm like, I don't see any ghost sitting here riding it, you know. I've got some crazy questions, some crazy proposals along the way. I'm sure you have as well. It's been a crazy adventure. Absolutely, so many. Wow. It's been a crazy adventure. If I'm counting now, I have at least 6 marriage proposals
on the road.
Yep, from Tanzania, Malawi, and Zambia. So it's been crazy.
And you said no to everything.
Absolutely. Because they'll probably stop me from riding, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Maybe come closer.
Okay, for me, I'd say riding, traveling is mostly because of my life experience.
Yes.
So this is me living life because I've experienced firsthand how short it can be. I just want to mostly put in as many things into my life as I can before I pass. So I am trying to live a full life, so I am adding more to my experiences. I've already experienced other vehicles. Motorcycle gives me the most adrenaline, like it pumps it so fast, and that's what comes with the machine. What is the inspiration behind traveling solo? So before motorcycling, I'd been traveling. I'd backpacked through some places, some countries, you know, tours and stuff. So I'd always wanted to travel. I'd always had a desire to travel, and I'd always not fancied the group travel. That's just me, and that's because I love my time alone.
Yes.
I am the best version of myself when I'm alone. I understand myself the most. I know how to keep myself company the most because I understand me the most. I'm probably the most self-aware person I know. So I understand how to make myself happy. I know what to stay away from that makes me sad. I don't see my happiness being attached to anybody, any group, in any ramification of life. So that's why I like being solo, because I am the happiest there. So motorcycle gives me that freedom. You know, with a car it's easy to put someone for someone to tag along and stuff. With motorcycling, apart from the thrill it gives me, it affords me that happiness I get from being alone. And I can never call it loneliness because I truly don't know what loneliness means, which is weird. And it's so weird because it does exist. But right now my mind is so full all the time. I have so many things I've put in the life going on for me that I don't have the time to be idle. Like the only time I have idle is when I'm sleeping. So when I'm alive, I have so much energy. Like even talking now, I know I'm gesticulating so hard. I have so much energy all the time. I'm hyper. Where else do I put it if not in what I'm doing? You know, I just feel like I'm living life to the fullest in my capacity right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also like riding solo, also like you learn to be your own best friend, and you spend so much time with yourself, like in your helmet and on the road. So like you have no choice but to face your demons, so to speak, or just to, you know, to just learn yourself and embrace yourself, you know. So it's a beautiful experience as well, and you come out like a completely different person because it really builds your character. It defines you like even better than, you know, you knew yourself, and it's just a beautiful space and a beautiful moment to be in. You know, it's amazing. You know, it's really nice.
I do believe you guys, because I think also I've had the same experience, because the feeling of just riding on the road and you have your helmet on and it's just you and the bike, you know, cruising around these places and stuff like that. You get that self-time talk. It's all happening in your head. You're trying to pay attention to what is happening on the road. You know, everything starts to make sense. Even when someone, let's say you had like, before you got on a bike, you had like some issue with somebody, that's the time you want to think about it, you reflect about it, you reflect about everything, literally. Everything just happens like when you're on the road, you know. And then the beautiful energy you get from people who hype you up. They keep reminding you of how great you are, and you're like, dude, we can all do it. But then it's the reminder of how different you are, you know, how self-awareness, like you actually know what you're doing, and you're on the road and you're proving it. When you pack that bike, it's already, you know, the energy. Like
immediately remove the helmets. People know, there's already that thing that there's a bike. Then when people know you are a lady,
it changes everything.
And you know, like you look like a little bit more feminine. Like sorry to say, but you know, like for me, her like stuff like that. When you have the helmet on, even the police guys, traffic officers, they don't know. They're just like rude to you.
Sometimes
they bully you until you take it off, right? Until you take off the helmet, like
or maybe even in the helmets when you talk, when immediately they know it's just a different feeling,
different energy. You see the smile, you see the energy shift. It's like, oh.
From men and women alike, children run after you. It's just
also motivating other people as well. You know, you're giving like hope to other people. Like it's possible, you can do it. You know what I mean? So you inspire a lot of people as well along this journey too. So that's been pretty
very beautiful. Yeah. So I know that you have a YouTube channel, right? And I just wanted to know, did you like start your YouTube channel before? I don't know, like your YouTube channel is like covering your whole trip on the bike, or you've had it to just cover everything, like your life and all that?
Okay, so I started my YouTube channel when I got to Kenya in 2022. So I have everything. I have mostly from after I got to Kenya. So most of my contents are from Kenya, in Kenya, until I started going out on the motorcycle. So my contents on my YouTube: van life. Okay, when I traveled with my backpack. Then van life, then tuk life, then bike now. Yeah, so they are all on my channel.
That is so awesome.
Yes. I've done most of the craziest things in Kenya. Things I've done in my life when it comes to traveling and vehicles and stuff in Kenya. So yes, it was a great time to start the channel when I did in Kenya.
Okay. So anyways, I want to ask, like, how are you guys able like to fund the trips? Because I know like the bike needs like fuel and all this stuff, and then like places to stay. Like, how are you able to work and still continue to fancy these trips? Okay, to finance the trips, to be able to fuel your bike, to be able to work, you know, and stay in different countries, you know, like how do you work remotely? What do you do anyways?
Well, that's a joy of remote working. At least we're lucky enough to be, to be blessed to actually work remotely. So as long as I have steady internet and I have my laptop, I can work from anywhere. So at least we have the liberty, or I have the liberty of that. So there's a Goebaide, which is really, really good. It may not happen for like everybody, because it's like a dream job and a dream life. Sure. But even in between breaks, like when you have long weekends or you have your leave days, you just plan yourself, accordingly, and you can still enjoy like 2 weeks of travel. It doesn't have to be like continuous, like 2 to 6 to 8 months for a year. It can even be like just 2 weeks or even just a weekend. As long as you just plan it, then you should be good to go. Like it's like any other travel. Travel doesn't have to be expensive. If you plan it, then it should be like easy to go. You don't stay like $100 hotels every single night. I mean, you've got to think of fuel on the road, any other miscellaneous expenses and stuff like that. But yeah, the most expense I think would be like maybe on fuel. Fuel, and then accommodation, depending on how you want to like live and stuff like that. You can camp, you can stay at backpackers, you can stay in fancy hotels. It's really all up to you. But it's still cheaper than traveling in a car. I think so.
And more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your side, how do you
basically what she said mostly, because it's remote jobs are, I think they are mostly there for people like us.
Would you recommend some remote jobs just for viewers? Like what kind of jobs do you think like would suit like a biker? Any ideas?
I don't know that you can, that really depends. Because you could have a job that you do, but it doesn't give you the opportunity to work remotely. Like I've not always been working remotely. For example, I've always been like stationed in different countries and I'm working from there. But I'll still need time over my weekends or long holidays to just travel. On my bike still. But now I have the opportunity to work remotely, so I'm taking advantage of that, like moving around as much as I can. So yeah. And it's crazy hours. Sometimes you find yourself working like 2-3 days straight just to like finish all your work. So like when you're on the road, you just have like nothing but open roads and you have no stress thinking of work that's waiting for you, So also just about how you plan yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the challenges like you face on the road? What are usually
the crazy cages being drivers. The crazy drivers out there. What I say is I might be mad, but everybody else equally is mad out there on the road. So like it's basically a bunch of mad people on the road, and don't assume anything. You don't know who's behind the wheel, what they're going through, what they're feeling, what state they're in. So just always be extra cautious, and I think as a biker we're even extra more cautious because we are our own protection. Secondly, so gear is so important all the time, but also like we're constantly checking our side mirrors, I think much more than even like a driver in a car, like every like literally like 3 seconds I've got to be checking my side mirrors every single time, and just situational awareness, like even riding on the road, for example, there's goats, there's cows, there's people, there's just basically everything, so just expect anything and just be calm on the roads.
Some challenges.
Yes, I have those challenges, but my travel is different now.
How is
so
it
the
different?
challenges I'm experiencing, they cut across visa challenges, for instance, accommodation. I've been traveling for 2.5 months. So even though I work remotely, for instance, in Tanzania, there was no internet for 1 straight week.
Wow.
In Zambia,
load shedding.
So it's hard to consistently work. So I find myself probably earning half of what I would have earned if I had stayed in my house. Do you get? Now that doesn't, like she said, you can travel within your means.
Yes.
You don't have to stay in fancy places. Like in my head, I feel like if I can cover the basics, there are things I can't run away from. Then the luxuries don't have to come in. You can travel within your means without making it so luxurious. Yes. So I have visa challenges, for instance, because where I am traveling I need visa for everywhere. Do you get? So that challenge comes. Then there is fuel scarcity. I'm riding a lot in countrysides and stuff. So sometimes, a few times, I've had to buy fuel in kegs, and you don't even know what kind of fuel it is. Okay, like from Serenja, for instance, I bought a 5-liter thing. Because then you keep riding, and for so many kilometers there's no fuel, and we are in a motorcycle. The tank is not so big. So and I feel like traveling with extra fuel is extra load. Seeing as I shared, I've sent back most of the things I traveled with, actually, like all my camping stuff, everything. I sent it back because it was so much easier to ride the bike without so much load. So you get now putting extra fuel canister. Okay, for instance, if I buy a fuel canister, if I put it on one side, there's more load on that side than the other side. Now, do I want to buy two? That's too much
balance
load.
out, right?
Yeah, exactly. So all those challenges, anyway, they come with overlanding. So most of my challenges come with overlanding, and not just when I was riding within Kenya, I didn't have all these challenges. So it's just me riding a rider, then trying to be safe, trying to hone my skills and stuff. But now overlanding is just different challenges, different experiences all on its own.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I want to know, like, what's your next destination again? You say?
You mean from Zambia?
From
or
Zambia.
after
You
this?
came from where again?
Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia, then Angola, Republic of Congo, Cameroon, Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Back to Nigeria.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
It's riding from one home to another in my head.
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
So when you get to Nigeria, then what's the plan?
Rest, do some media rounds, and then move again to Morocco. That would be a much easier route to fly. I think I only need visa to Morocco. All the countries, and I'll be doing a lot of countries, up to like 11, and I'll probably need only to Morocco. So that would be so much easier. Oh, that would be so much easier for me.
Oh, that's great. That is interesting. What about
That'd
you?
be fun. I rode from initially with this bike from Rwanda, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, and I'm going back to Tanzania, then Kenya.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to share in terms of, like, for anyone out there who's thinking of the same idea, like to get on a bike? Probably they're trying to save up to start a solo biking kind of fun trip. Like, what could be like things you would tips to just throw back for a female, someone maybe who knows how to ride or has never been on a bike? Like, which kind of tips can you like share for them?
Well, definitely go to riding school, get training first of all, and you definitely have to invest in gear, because that will definitely save your life. I will always say all the gear all the time, so definitely gear and training, and you build up your skills as you learn. But the one thing I always say, and my new motto is, do it scared. No matter what you do, you're always going to be scared, so just go ahead and do it, and once you just get that fear out of you, be so surprised like what you can do and how much you can push yourself, so just go ahead and do it. Don't think twice. You have one life to live, and just enjoy it, and don't let anybody else limit you. You're the only person who limits yourself. So and enjoy the journey. It's amazing.
So be fearless.
Yeah.
No, not be fearless.
Not fearless. Just do it scared.
With fear, anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody is truly fearless. You are suicidal if you are very fearless.
Yeah.
It's I have a very strange relationship with my fears. I love them. They're part of me. They keep me safe. Yeah, they keep me safe.
Yeah.
There are reasons why I don't take stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Okay. Any additional tips for your side?
I would say seeing it all fancy is not enough to get into it really. Seeing the whole gear, the whole vibe, the whole hype around it. I feel like anyone who wants to get into it should be truly sure, and motorcycling comes with a certain amount of responsibility. Yes, it builds the responsibility, but it comes with a certain amount of responsibility. It's not a car. They are they move on the road, but they are two totally different vehicles. Yes, and if you are not sure, you can't cope with that amount of responsibility. That's why people have all the accidents, things happen, and then the motorcycle is tagged the most dangerous machine. I've been riding it for a while, and I didn't even have so much skills before I started riding it, but I feel like what has kept me safe isn't the best riding skill, is being more responsible, being more aware, knowing that I am on a death machine, and then being responsible to maintain the death machine without it killing me, at least so far. And I'm not saying it would kill me. I have so much confidence because I've done this, and I see that it is doable without dying. Do you get? Yes, you can't control all the elements on the road, but you can mitigate a lot of stupid things that could happen. I do say that a lot of deaths happen by accidents, like getting out of a car, not looking at the back, and the truck just comes to wipe, like the most stupid accidents, and it's because of lack of self-awareness and some type of responsibility. Do you get? I don't consider the motorcycle a death machine. I consider it a death machine on the person, with the person. So it's the person riding it that makes it a death machine. Do you get? So I feel like you have to be sure, and then you have to invest in what you have to invest in. There is no no saving whatever for something, saving money because you no. It's very unforgiving. If something happens, like in a car, if something happens, the car becomes a write-off. On a motorcycle, the person is who becomes the write-off. Like they write the person off totally.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I feel like be sure invest in the things you have to invest in, so you don't get written off when you're not supposed to, because you didn't buy what you were supposed to do when you were supposed to, and then you didn't go to school. A lot of people get into motorcycling just learning maybe from their dad or from their brother. No, there's a difference between knowing how to ride and then knowing how to not die riding.
Sure.
Do you get? So they teach you in school how to those things to make you not die riding. It's not enough to have the skills. A lot of skillful riders die all the time. Do you get? Yeah, it's enough to actually know what you are doing, know the things to do, not to make sure that being on two wheels doesn't kill you. Yeah, in my head.
And respect the roads, you know.
Yeah,
Respect the roads.
yes.
Okay. So anyway, my next question maybe would be like, how have you changed as a person or a woman, like ever since you decided to like get on this character to be a biker? You know, like what has changed? What has changed? Because I know there's a different kind of energy that comes with it, right? So as a woman, before, when you reflect back when you used to do, I don't know, be normal, do whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Be normal.
Sorry.
Normal is boring.
Yeah.
But,
you know, how, because I know you've built character now, and how is the journey? Like, what have you learned, you know, from this journey? Like, when you're just on the bike, before you knew all this, that you could do it, that you can even learn how to ride a bike. You know, before maybe, I don't know, me, I used to see like women who ride bikes inspiring me a lot. And I was like, damn, like when I see, I'm like, okay, I also want to try it. But like before I tried, you know, I was different. But when I did it, it still like built character in me and stuff like that. So tell me, share with me like the lessons and how you've changed as a person, personality, mindset-wise, through the journey, yeah.
I wouldn't say like I've changed just because I started biking.
Yeah.
I think biking has actually embraced my personality and who I am.
Yeah.
So we kind of like gelled, you know, for sure with who I am as a person, my character, my strengths, like my sense of adventure, what I love, my freedom. Like I think I've expanded more on that, and I'm able to like fully enjoy my life. It's made me made a lot of selfish decisions in a good way, because I think I'm a very selfless person. So just being on the road enables me to have so much time to myself, and I'm able to prioritize myself. So I'd say that's what it's done for me, empowered me even more. And yeah, it's definitely taking me, I've always traveled all my life, so I think it's just definitely taking me to more places that I've always wanted to be. And it's my means of how to get there. And yeah, it's just, I think just biking was meant for me, so we just found each other eventually. And at the right time, you know, like if maybe it was much earlier, probably with speed and stuff, that would have been so good. But for now, it's just good. I'm enjoying the adventure and the adventure of my life. It's like I'm reliving again, so I love it. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, for me, it has improved my patience and confidence. I'm not a patient person. I'm the least patient person I have met. But since biking, since I got on the motorcycle, I've had no choice but to be patient. A lot of things have taught me on the road, because I know the kind of machine I'm on. So I can't not be patient. I have so much road rage. Oh, in Lagos, I was a Lagos driver. I argue with Danfo back to back. You know, Danfo is like Matatu. We argue on the road. Don't try me. But now I'd rather you go. Because then while I'm arguing, my bike is falling. You get. And then my confidence has been built. Like if I'm doing something so extraordinary, so formidable, I just feel like any other thing in life would just work. Because if I can do something so hard, nothing else is hard for me. Yeah. And I've seen that needing more is a mindset. Thinking you need more is a mindset. The motorcycle has taught me that the little I have, I know what I pack, and the little I have, I still have too much. You get, and I'm making the most of everything. I've realized that minimalism can be achieved more on a motorcycle than any other vehicle. And you would make the most of what you have, of that little thing you would naturally think is nothing. on the motorcycle, like you can do anything. You can move mountains. Your creativity is top notch. You get even just creativity dressing, just having two clothes and making people think like you have it all.
Yeah.
You get like
Yeah.
minimalism. Like minimalism is to be coveted on the motorcycle. You make it look so nice, so beautiful. Yeah, the motorcycle is just in a world of its own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, so amazing. I'm so happy to do this with you guys. I'm sorry I didn't prepare like really legit questions, I don't know, but I just wanted us to have this conversation, catch up, cheer up. We've met, I think the other day, when I met her though, like, together. I'm saying all of us together in the same space, and I just knew that like I had to do this. Okay, I've watched her channel with my friend Trevor. So he actually told me, "Oh, have you seen this Nigerian girl who is riding from Lagos Nairobi to Lagos?" Sorry, and I was like, no, because he was showing me. I don't know. You have like, is it an app you use which shows you like when you're riding, you can see the destinations.
Oh yeah.
So he was telling me I should put that on my videos, right?
Oh, yes. Okay, the map.
The map. The navigation thing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's when I got to know who you are, you know. And I was like, really? That was so cool. That's so cool because it's almost the same idea I want to do, right? Yeah, so it's been just that vibe. Seeing you here, seeing her here, I already told her we've been chilling. It's amazing to just see like women doing this, like African women, like you coming from wherever you came from, Nigeria, right? From Nigeria all the way to Nairobi, you know, and then Nairobi, like going back and forth and being able to work and maintain this lifestyle, you know, and going through these countries solo on the bike. You know, I don't know how tired you get when you get off the bike, but all this you're working on, the visa processing, dealing with corruption, dealing with all these things, you know, and the men on the road, you know. I just feel like it's really very courageous, you know. It's bold move, okay? It's dope stuff, okay? You guys are really dope women, you know. You're doing dope stuff. That is really interesting, you know, because every other women, they would prefer like the luxury, take a flight quick, I want to be at this place. Well, if they can afford it, but usually it's the normal stuff. Like it's not normal to take a bus. I'm not saying it's normal, but like it's like usually the usual way people want to travel. Okay, but taking time to invest in a machine, okay, and then to take time to learn it and get on it and get in spaces where people are like, wait, why are you doing this?
Very special.
It's different. Come on, you're chosen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like, I just wanted to say that, and I don't know what more I can share, but if you have like anything else, maybe you would wanna share, you would say anything. But I just wanted to put that out, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks for having us as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad I did this. Not so prepared, like I said, but it's enough. We're here. We're existing right now today. When you all leave, this will be the memory that we're gonna share. These memories, these beautiful memories.
I couldn't hold it anymore.
I know. It's a wrap.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
This has been.
Goebaide.
Please tell them your YouTube channel so they can subscribe.
Goebaide YouTube channel. Goebaide. Subscribe or else.
Subscribe, guys. And her.
All right. My name is Havana, and I'm on Instagram at Havana_Gari. I'll soon have a YouTube channel, so look out for that. Thanks a lot.
Look out for the new YouTube channel, okay?
Oops.
And Barbara, please subscribe to Backpacking Barbara. Cheers.
Awesome. Bye. Cheers.
Backpacking Barbara. Bye.
Bye.
That was great.